evening, hello, and welcome to this ChinnyVision kind of evening thing, this soiree poll winners party, as you may call it. I've just literally just sat down, not even in position, but I'm kind of a stickler for starting on time, so we started on dead on 9 o'clock. Good evening to you. I can see a few people in. Pete Prodge is in, Nikki of Nikki and Bunty fame is in. We're going to be giving the results of, I've got them here, of the review competition in a little bit. But we need to get a few people online first. So welcome to you this evening. Hasn't it been a rainy day, a horrible rainy day? I've been doing work all day and it's been really, really boring. Hello to Geiger Punk. It is indeed between 8 and half. It is, yes. We are indeed between 8 and 7:30. I left Maywood on the thumbnail because they were there from last time. And I thought, well, why not? I've had fish and chips for tea from the fish and chip van, which we ordered earlier in today, which was very nice and very big. And I saw a bat on my way down there and a bat driving back as well. So that was quite something. Lots of bats around here. Don't usually see them in the car. But I guess it's still quite warm, insects and so on flying around this evening. Who else is in? Martin H. Wagyu is in. Who's that? Rosie Bossy, I think it is. Nikki, yeah, Nikki says, Chippy T, you can come online and have a chat with me this evening. It is chinnyhill10@hotmail.com, and I will send you an invite back. You will need a headphones and some kind of microphone to speak to me. All the problems from last time should have been solved, but then again, I haven't tested it, so who knows? So that's chinnyhill10@hotmail.com. I will defer any competition partakers in the video competition until after we've announced the results, however. And I say chinnyhill10@hotmail.com. Come on and speak your brains. I thought that was the Future's 8-bit asking to come on, but no, he's asking about something from the other night. So I'll keep an eye on my Hotmail. And it's all on my doodah here. We've got a bit of jeopardy as well, by the way. Mrs. Chinny's in the house doing the girls' Zoom call. So if she comes up here shouting, the internet's gone wrong, we're going to have to stop this because I know my place. I know my place. I'm not going to interfere with the girls' Zoom chat. Proj says he's eating Walker's sausage roll flavoured... Walker's, the people who ruined crisps. I mean, let's be blunt about this. In the 80s, no one cared about Walker's. No one cared at all. It was Golden Wonder, KP. Murphy's was another brand that were knocking around. Lots of other brands, but Walker's were what the newsagent up the road had, and you never really had them because they had the wrong colours. And why on earth would you buy salt and vinegar when it's green? Because salt and vinegar's blue. And I'm turning into a Peter Kay routine. I'm so sorry. But it's the case, right? Golden Wonder, the king of all chips. Crisps. Chips if you're American. King of all crisps. What colour is salt and vinegar, Nikki? It's blue. It is blue. Unless you're wrong and you're from Leicester, in which case it is green. And then Walker started advertising heavily in the early 90s, and that was that. All the colours kind of changed, didn't they? Smith's was another decent brand, unfortunately owned by Walker's today, and they've been messed around with as well. I put some blue backlighting in there, by the way. I put a lighting gel. If I can get the camera up there, show you. I put a lighting gel on my little desk light there, so makes it blue behind there, because a lot of effort goes into these streams, as you can see. It's not Nikki and Bunty with the whole pre-roll thing. This is just me kind of messing around in a studio, and that's it. We want to be Smith's crisps with little potatoes dancing up and down. Blue flavoured crisps, correct. It is blue. The arrogance of Walker's, indeed. Why would they choose to be completely different? I had to go into the attic to get that out, and it's gonna is the gaffer tape gonna come off that light because it's got too hot? Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? Tudor gammon flavour crisps. Tudor, yes. Tudor were like Murphy's, weren't they? One of those kind of second tier brands you got in the off licence. Seabrooks, yeah, until they reduced the pack size down from 35 to 25 grams, at which point I boycotted them. I'm not forgiving them for that. If you're going to do crisps, 30 grams a pack, please. I now get my crisps from Macro, and they do, what ones am I buying? I'm buying some really nice ones. They're actually 40 grams a pack. They're salt and vinegar. They don't taste of salt and vinegar, but they taste of something else. But they're very nice, so it doesn't really matter. Northern Irish Tato crisps. You also, no, aren't gold. I do Tato and golden. I thought Tato were Pepsi, therefore Walkers. Don't know. Roystons are... Oh, it's Brannigans that KP turned into Brannigans. Look, this is turning into a combination of Cheap Show, a Peter Kay routine, and just kind of something. So let's stop the crisp stuff. Anyway, how are you doing? I've put some games on here because these are ones I reviewed in this week's ChinnyVision. 3 of them. Galactic Tomb. Very good Turrican clone, which I paid for out of channel funds. Crazy Blaster, which Future Was 8-Bit sent me, which set me off on this. And Balloonacy. And I've also been playing Pump Kid on the VIC-20 last night, which I'm going to review, but it's really, really good. I'm not going to make any secret of that. It's a fantastic game. Needs 16k in the VIC, but it is absolutely brilliant. So check those out and check out the video for this as well. Balloonacy is quite an old game. I had a complaint about, oh, it's an old game. Yeah, it is, but I wanted to buy a physical copy of something, and actually getting physical copies at a decent price is harder than you think. So Chronosoft had Balloonacy on sale at a decent price, so I got that. And yeah, don't touch Happy Shopper Monster Munch like raw onion rather than pickled onion. Absolutely vile. Do Happy Shoppers still exist? Well, I thought they're called Euro Shopper now because I go to Macro and they're owned by Booker, who used to own what was Happy Shopper, and they sell a rather nice stuff called Euro Shopper stuff, which is basically the old Happy Shopper stuff. And I buy their orange juice because it tastes quite nice. And it's really, really cheap. Really, really cheap. I mean, it's probably full of dreadful things, but it's actually quite nice. OMG rip-off Munch and Munch exist. And Steve Green is in as well. Hi to Steve. And remember, if you want to come and have a chat online, you can. Or perhaps you need more drink inside you first. I've got red wine in my ChinnyVision mug. Which is there. I'm just going to hit refresh on Hotmail because we had this problem last time with people messaging me and then me not noticing. And we're not going to have the feedback problem this time because although I haven't tested it, I should have set it up properly. So it's chinnyhill10@hotmail.com, and I'll send you an invite, and you need Chrome to do it. And when we've got a few more people in, I will do the old results of the competition. Competition's been fascinating, by the way, the video competition which we put out last week. The prize for the video competition is a mystery. It is a mystery. So I'm going to ask the people who win it, people, whoever, man, woman, whatever, whoever wins it, to open it up and show us what they've got. So that's going to be a mystery. It was going to be a ChinnyVision prize pack, but I've changed my mind. So, and that's my prerogative as the competition owner and channel owner. I can change my mind. What's that? The screen up there's very small. I need to get in there. Geigerpunk says classy and nice to see the VM meter in action. Yes, I bought this I bought it a couple of weeks ago as a treat to myself because I was having a miserable time with work and I'd always wanted one, and I saw Geigerpunk have one and I thought, right, that's it. I'm ordering one up, and I saw this. It's a proper vacuum fluorescent display. About £40. Yeah, not cheap. But it does lots of different things. I've got it set up like this, and I think it's quite nice. It comes off an aux feed off my mixing desk. So providing I don't need aux 3, I'm fine. So it just feeds into there, and then the PPMs come out the standard output as they are at kind of different levels, because that's what I use for, that's proper work stuff. You should always be peaking at 5. This is set up to peak at 5, and there you go. That's what it is, but that's just pretty, basically. And I had 5 full wave Inferno crisp today, says Wagyu. And it's a mystery. I'm telling you it's a toy. The prize is a mystery. The prize is a mystery. The prize is pretty much ready to go. But I can't say any more than that. And there's going to be things in the box, lots of things in the box, but I'm not going to say what it is. But we'll reveal what it is about, let's give it 20 minutes. I want to get everyone in, about 9:30. We'll get the viewers, get enough viewers up and get all the people in. to do that. By the way, if you could tweet this out online, this is happening. That'll be good. And yeah, chinnyhill10@hotmail.com if you want to come on and have a chat. And I will turn this into a podcast as well for the people on Patreon, as I did last time. Don't know if anyone listened, but I turned it into a podcast anyway, because I do that kind of thing. Ever do a crisp-based game? Curly Colin Skips game. Action Biker. That's it. Action Biker's a crisps-based game because it's based around KP crisps. So, it's all the junk from Chinny's shed. Well, it's things Mrs. Chinny certainly wants out the house, but I think people will like what is in it. The mystery recipient. Oh, it's all down here. Oh, it's so exciting. And to make sure it's all legitimately run as well, I've actually have sent all the results off to someone independently to verify it in case there's any questions. And the votes were very interesting, by the way. Very interesting how it panned out. And I'll tell you more about that in a little bit, because you don't want to kind of throw your load early on, do you, so to speak? You don't want to do that. You want to get people in. It's like, come and watch my stream. I'm going to show you this, and then you do it a little bit later on. Some people do it at midnight, but I'm going to do it in about 9:30, something like that. Right, what else we got going on here? Thumbs up for using compression, unlike many other content creators. Yes, I do process properly on ChinnyVision. Everything is processed properly because you need to, and it's EQ'd as well. And I used to do it on the computer, but because I do other stuff this isn't a streaming setup. This is a work setup, and it's set up for practical reasons. I don't do voiceovers myself, but I do test ones in here for videos that I edit. I tell a lie, I have done stuff in here for clients who haven't got any money. But it is actually set up for work, so it works quite well. The only frivolous thing in here is that, which is just for show. So no, not much ear crackling. No, it should be peaking quite nicely. Actually a little bit below where it needs to be. But again, I'm not fiddling on my setup just for a stream. ChinnyVision peaks right up high. The videos are set to be as loud as they can peak. Well, actually, no. Peak at 0 dB. They actually peak at -1 dB. And I put a hard limiter on as well, just to push it all up a little bit. And I know it's a little bit inconsistent week to week, but it's only a YouTube channel. It's not work. It's not work. I need to get it right every time. It just gets kind of done. Andrew Shaw says it all looks very impressive, but I have no clue what any of it does. Oh, you want a tour? I'll give you a tour. Okay. Over here, mixing desk with you lot on it there. Look. Can't hear me now when I put that down. Mixing desk is there. Microphone is here. Now that goes into there, into that section of the DBX processor there. It then comes out of there, goes into the EQ unit, which shapes the audio, comes out of there, goes back into there, passes through here, that makes me sound like Simon Bates, and then comes out and goes into the mixing desk on the fader there. Then, in your case, the audio's coming up the USB on the mixing desk, going to the Mac over there. There's a main analog feed going out to the PPMs where I can take an analog feed out of there. There's an aux feed as well. There's one aux feed going out to there to feed that. Another aux feed going into the iPad. Right, we've got a caller. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send Mystery Caller an invite in clean feed. Oh, you have lost connection in clean feed. Great. This is where I need a broadcast assistant here. So I'm going to type in the details to clean feed. Need a producer. Ask to accept connection. Send by email. Paste. Right. Invite. Invite. You're sending it. Well, it might send it in a minute. I don't know if I'm actually sending anything at the moment. It's just kind of... Right, well, Pete, you should have an invite, I think. I'm going to do it again. It's playing up. It's playing up. Am I actually in Chrome? I must be in Chrome. I'm on Google. It's gone wrong. It's gone wrong. It's gone wrong. Gonna reconnect and log in again. This must be fascinating listening. Talk amongst yourselves. You test all this stuff out. You log in. You get it all ready, and then it kicks you out at the last possible moment. And right, let's try again. Connect. Yeah, so that's kind of, you know, how it's all happening at the moment. And I want to select him to... Right, okay, that's worked this time. I had to log out and log back in again. It's not reporting back to Apple. It's a Google device because I don't use it enough to justify it. So it's sending an invite to Pete Podge. He will hopefully try and connect in a minute, and then we will get him on. He'll do one of his hilarious impressions. There we go. Right, I'm going to click that. I'm going to click that. Hello, Pete. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Pete? Peter? Well, I'm wondering if he can actually hear me. I'm wondering if he can actually hear me. Pete, can you hear me? I'm twiddling knobs. I'm twiddling a lot of knobs here. I'm so twiddling knobs, and I'm waiting for Pete to come on the line. He'll be on the minute. I'm sure he will be. Pete, can you hear me? Pete? Pete? Pete, can you hear me? Pete? 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 I wonder if I need to fiddle with any... Oh, I know what I've not done. Ha 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 ha. Right, now Pete might be able to hear me. Now Pete might be able to hear me. Pete, can you hear me? I hadn't turned on the adapter. But I don't know if he can hear. I can hear.
I am here.
Ah, great.
I am here.
Fantastic. Fantastic. What I hadn't done there, there's a little box here that does a...
1, 2, 3, 4. It's definitely...
You can hear me now. Ah, but he's listening on the delay. Are you listening on your...
I can hear you.
Right, cool. Pete, what's your question?
Here we go.
You can definitely hear me.
I'm fine. Yes.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of Pete. Pete's on the delay. What Pete needs to do is listen on his device as opposed to the stream delay, because he's listening on stream.
Questions. I can hear you. What is the best crisp? No, let's not do crisp. We've done crisps. You've got an LWT logo down there. I mean, yeah. It
is indeed live via satellite.
This is mad hearing myself. It's like 10 seconds later. So, what is your region normally?
My region should be TVS, Southern, Meridian if you're a heretic. But no, it should be Southern. But because it's the weekend, in the office, on a weekday, I have a Thames sign up. At the weekend, the London Weekend sign goes up. And that's why my Thames sign should be somewhere. Oh, there you go. But it's not a weekday, so I can't show that. So I put a little bit. It's usually behind me, but it's up there today. But Pete, if you listen to me on the... You're listening to me via the stream audio, not the main audio that's coming back. So you're going to be hearing me on a massive delay. In fact, I'm seeing now, I'm waving a Thames TV thing down on my screen at the moment. So, hello, Reykjavik. Can you hear me, Clem Fandango? It's a bit like that, isn't it? Really. Yeah, Pete's behind. So what I'm going to do is put Pete on PFL there, and I'm going to keep talking, and then I will hear Pete in my ear when he has something to say. It's 20 minutes past 9. Oh, there we go. No. So if you do tune into this, you need to listen
to someone else. I'm boring. There's massive delays between us, so I'm rubbish.
I'm going to put Pete down. Thank you, Pete, for calling. Right, what we need to do is when you call up, you need to be listening to me on the device you're calling on, not the stream audio. Because if you listen to me on the stream audio, I will be about 40 seconds behind. So it's chinnyhill10@hotmail.com. We managed it last time. I talked to quite a few people last time like it, and it should be better this time. But yeah, don't listen to me on the stream audio. But thanks for Pete for calling in. We posted some pictures of stuff of him in New York this morning in Central Park lying down. Donald Trump didn't have him shot or anything or arrested, which is that's what Donald Trump did in we shouldn't mention this name, should we really? Wasn't that what he was doing in Central Park? But thanks, Pete, for calling. Really appreciated for calling in. You can try again later. chinnyhill10@hotmail.com. So what do I think of these games then? Galactic Tomb. Galactic Tomb, in the review, I really liked it. You can complete it in about 15 minutes, but it's very, very polished, and you can download it for free. We can buy it from Bitmapsoft. Crazy Blaster is really, really hard. It's a good game, but it's really, really hard. And Balloonacy, older game, but deceptive because it looks more basic, but it's actually very, very playable, and I enjoyed it. The CPC soccer game, I'm afraid, made me motion sick when I reviewed that. The scrolling and the speed of it, just, yeah, you can do a sensible soccer clone. You need that speed. And what was the other game? Remind me what the other game was. Oh, it was Brick Rick, which is really good. People say it's like Snow Brothers, which is a game I haven't played. I thought it's more like Rodland, which game I have played, and really enjoyed it. Yeah, Pete, don't worry about it. It just kind of, I should have said beforehand. Geigerpunk, tell us about the stolen footage. Okay. I can't remember the channel now. Got notified on Discord earlier that someone had, and a big channel with like 1.5 million viewers, subscribers, had thanked me for permission to using some footage of episode 19 Invader Load. And I thought, that's odd. I didn't give any kind of permission or anything for that. And no, I hadn't. They just nicked it, and apparently they do it all the time. So I've put a copyright claim in. It won't get anywhere because they're big and I'm small. But as somebody else pointed out to me, these people do it all the time. It might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. If you ask me for footage, I'll give it to you. I'll give you the master footage. You won't have to rip it or anything. I will give you either the original master file of the video, or if it's recorded in the last few years, what I've done is I've started to keep the actual original footage because I realise that's important from a preservation point of view. So I've got that as well. So if you're doing a review of, say you're doing Turbo Outrun, and you say, Chinny, have you got footage of CPC version of Turbo Outrun? I'll go, yeah, here's some files. What do you want it as? Do you want the original MOV files? Do you want MP4s? You can just have my footage and that's fine. But don't steal it. I don't say no unless you're a complete idiot who I don't like. I just say, have the footage. And if I don't want to give you the footage, what I do is go and capture it for you. I did that for Mr. Biffo for, I think it's a couple of games. One of them was Sam Fox, which I actually had to play. But I did it for Digi because they needed some footage. I thought, I'm going to do new footage because I can do it better. So I did that. So I'll capture it for you. So it's just ridiculous. Projects, that's why I know on a 12 terabyte drive for gaming videos. Yeah, I mean, mine don't take up. What's ChinnyVision or something? I don't know what. I don't know, to be honest. The edit drive's 4 terabytes, gig. Whatever, was it gig or terabytes these days? I don't know. I work in K. But some of it goes on the work NAS now as well. So yeah, that's how it kind of generally works. But don't nick it. Don't nick it. Why do that? Why go and kind of nicking other people's footage and then basing your whole chat? Oh, hang on a minute, Kieran Hawking. It wasn't him, by the way, but it's the kind of lazy attitude, really, isn't it, of people just kind of going online and just nicking it without even asking. Geigerpunk's got several terabytes of his footage on his NAS from 5 years ago because I never throw everything out. I sometimes do prune stuff out that I'm not going to need, because you can't keep everything. But generally, because the footage is captured as SD and then upscaled, so it's generally not too bad. I mean, it's still quite big. Yes, there is wine in the ChinnyVision mug. It is Shiraz, very nice Shiraz. Very nice, actually. I just opened that bottle before we started. Pete, come on, when's your feud video coming out? Oh, you dressed up as a monk last time I saw, and I thought you were doing feud, but unless I haven't seen that one and skipped it by, because quite a lot does skip me by when I'm doing stuff. Storage larger than 256K. The Amstrad PCW 8512 and 9512, 512K must be very, because there's that 80 machines, those PCWs. There's going to be a lot of bank switching going on, hasn't there? Because it's can only address 64K at a time. Terabyte. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. My CPC's got. Yes. I love streaming. Did I tell you how much I love streaming? Did I tell you that? Because everything always works. Everything always works. We're back. I don't like streaming. I know people like streaming. I know you've got Kim Justice with hugely successful streams. Nikki and Bunty every Friday night, and the other night they do that I don't watch because it's new games. But they're on every Friday night. They all love it. And it's like, yeah, but you can control it when it's pre-recorded, can't you? Although I get you guys going past, and chinnyhill10@hotmail.com if you want to come on air and speak, but do listen to me back on the device you're calling on, not the stream. Streaming is it is stress. It is stress. Is it nearly not? It's right. Okay, let's do the competition. Swig of drink. I hadn't opened my flap. ChinnyVision mugs available ChinnyVision.com. They're really good because they've got a flap on them, you see, and that allows the drink not to leak out, and they're proven seaworthy because I took one out on the Solent when I was doing a job, and it kept my drink warm for an hour. Kept my coffee warm for an hour out on the harsh Solent, the high sea, 10-foot waves. No, 10 meter waves. That was it. Yeah, 10 meter up and down. We're going up and down. Like Robin Asquith in a Confessions film. Right, okay, the ChinnyVision competition. What I did a couple of weeks ago was invite some Patreon people, any Patreon person who supports the channel, to submit a video for the judgment of the viewer. My echo there. Do you like my echo? Do you like it? And I had 6 entries, which is great. We had entries from Nicky and Bunty with Lee Enfield, Lee Price playing Shinobi, Geigerpunk with Zeta Wing, Novabug with Tetris, who'll be streaming live now, so we won't be watching, Ross Taylor, Clowns and Balloons, and Graham Sargood with Hard Driving. And then we set up a vote for it, and because there were so many votes, I had to pay for proper audited voting service, which you will have seen if you voted. And that was good. Well worth the 25 quid it cost. I didn't know what the cost was. I thought I was going to get away with the free account. And then there was more than 100 votes. In fact, I think there were 162 votes in all. So, yeah, my idea there was only going to be less than 100 votes went right out the window and had to pay for the account. But it's worth it because it gave me loads of wonderful graphs and you can't vote twice and all sorts of wonderful things. So, Betfred wouldn't take votes on this, no. So Gallup, no. So we had some really good videos, and I'm going to run you through. Well, I'm going to run you through what I thought of them all beforehand, and I'm going to tell you the results. And I'm going to run them in the order. I've got them on the. This isn't the winning order, by the way. So Graham Sargood did hard driving on the Atari Lynx, which fills in a gap on ChinnyVision because I didn't cover the Lynx version on ChinnyVision when I did it, and he filmed his own screen, looked really good, and it was a little bit small, but appreciated to fill in that gap. Ross Taylor with Clowns and Balloons, which featured Sooty Sweep and Matthew Corbett, and I had to apply a little bit of a filter over the start of that just in case I kind of got caught by Matthew Corbett, who I implied was dead in the video, but certainly is not. It's a Harry Corbett, both of them, who are dead. You dirty old... I need Pete on the line to do an impression. I know, I'm not even going to try it. Novabug did Tetris, which I fooled you all by saying it wasn't a CPC review when it was. Because, of course, he pulls out a Game Boy at the start and it's running on a Game Boy kind of screen on a CPC. Geigerpunk did Zeta Wing, a new game for the C64. Lee Price did Shinobi with some stop-motion animation in the bread bin. And Nicky and Bunty did the game they're slightly obsessed with, Lee Enfield. And the votes came in. There were 162. I'll show you the graphs in a little bit. Pete can do the impression. So I'll show you the graphs in a little bit, but there were 6. I'm not going to give you the votes for the bottom 3, although you're probably going to see this thing in a minute. So, in 6th place, and I did like the video, it's Graham Sargood with Hard Driving. I again, great for him to fill in that thing. It's judging is a harsh mistress, a very harsh mistress. So harsh mistress, taking to Sean Connery. In 5th place, and it's actually very close in the middle rankings. So there are quite a few votes here. In 5th place, Lee Price with Shinobi, and he did all that wonderful stop motion for that. So well done to Lee. 5th there. 4th place, very, very close now. The middle ranking videos are all kind of bunched together. There was one person had a little bit of a surge, but in the end it didn't make any difference at all because the ratio stayed the same pretty remarkably throughout, actually. So in, where are we? 6th, 5th. In 4th place, we have Novabug with Tetris. And then I'm going to come in and give you actual voting percentages next. In 3rd place, with 17.28% of the vote, it's Geigerpunk with Zeta Wing. So well done for coming 3rd place. Again, 28 votes, 17.28%. So that leaves us with 2 people potentially to come first. And that would specifically be Nicky and Bunty and Ross Taylor. And I really like both videos. And how do I reveal who's come first? It's going to be either Ross Taylor with Clowns and Balloons or Nicky and Bunty with Lee Enfield. Dramatic pause. Nicky and Bunty with Lee Enfield got 53 votes, 32%, and Ross Taylor with Clowns and Balloons got 33 votes and 20%. So well done to Nicky and Bunty, out front from the start and maintain their ratio absolutely throughout. At one point, they had a third of the votes overall. And actually, Ross Taylor was up at 25% at one stage and dropped back to 20%. I really like the Clowns and Balloons video. This is a good game to check out as well. Lee Enfield doesn't look like such a good game to check out. So well done to Nicky and Bunty. They have one, pop me your address on Twitter DM, and I will send you your parcel in the week. There's a little bit of preparation to be done before I send it, but it will. I'll let you know when it's off, and I think you should open it on the stream, but I don't know if it's with you for Friday or not. No idea. But well done to them, and well done to everyone who took part. And look, there you go. That's how the voting worked out. If you can see that there. Can you see that there? And really, the ratio stayed the same all the way through. It didn't really change much at all. It was always kind of. I was surprised. I thought, well, one person might start out front and then it might pull back with someone else. And actually, it really didn't. So, video links in the... it's not this week's ChinnyVision, it's last week's ChinnyVision. So just go on the channel and all the videos are in one thing. It's not this week's video, which is the 5 CPC games. Last Thursday's video. You can go in there, you can see all the things, but don't vote on anything because... it will make no odds. It closed at 6 p.m. and that's when I printed out the graph. So, what we got in the comments. Clowns and Balloons was obviously a game from the heart. A lot of nice comments. I had to actually go through the YouTube comments and weed stuff out because, oh, there's a mosquito. If that bites my blood and steals from me, I'll be cross. I had to go through the YouTube comments and just weed out a few of the comments because I just wanted it all to be fair and everything. People just be judging the videos and not be influenced throughout. So, but there was one very good comment about that video in the comments. Any good ever come out of hard driving? Yeah, I like the arcade game. The arcade game was absolutely great. Lee Price won this vote by a lot. Zortels. Yeah, that was a great little bit of stop motion, wasn't it? Looked really good. So, anything else? Well done, Nicky and Bunty, but I voted for Ross. Much love, Donald Trump. Mosquito escaped from a prize box. No, there's no mosquitoes in the prize box. No pants, no mosquitoes. Thought it would be a light race between Novabug and Geigerpunk. And nearly December and Mozzie's still about. Yeah, there's loads of Mozzies. I left the outside light on the other night and went outside and there were Mozzies absolutely everywhere. So if you want to call into ChinnyVision, you can call chinnyhill10@hotmail.com and come and have a little chat if my Hotmail opens up. Hotmail, I bet everyone else uses something. Steve Green has messaged. I will see if I can get him an invite. He's on a Chromebook. Let's see if I can copy that. No. Oh, touchscreens. Who invented touchscreens? It's logged me out of clean feed again. Grr. I think it's when the device goes to sleep. Let's try Steve in there. And pop his email address into that. Mr. Producer, could you do this for me? We will see. Steve will come on the line at some stage and I will invite him on. So thanks to everyone who took part. Hard driving was always the one arcade game where I'd go pop a coin and think, right, this time I'll take it around, and I fail. Yeah, it was quite. I mean, I thought driving was really hard when I played that, and evidently it's not as hard as hard driving. Perhaps that's why it's called hard driving. Steve's on the line. What I'm going to do, put my drink down over there. I think Steve's on the line. Hello, Steve. Can you hear me? Perhaps he can't hear me. Perhaps he can hear me. Who knows? Steve, can you hear me? Steve, can you hear me? Steve. Twiddling of my knobs here.
Hello?
Hi, Steve. I can hear you.
Hello?
Yep. You're all there.
Hello?
Are you still talking to me? Turn that up. Now, Steve, can you hear me?
Hello?
That's very interesting. Steve, can you hear me?
Hello.
Oh, why didn't I test this out properly beforehand? He's on aux 1. I'm pumping up aux 1 here. And
I can just about hear you.
you can just about hear me. You can just about hear me.
But that's fine.
That's fine. Right, Steve, I'm going to fiddle with the settings while you're talking to me. What's your question?
Okay, so my question is, having been on the fence whether to get one of the new Xboxes or a PS5, I decided against both of those and bought myself a nice new Commodore 16 instead. So what I was wondering was if you could pick one, maybe two of your absolute must-play C16 games, because it's a format I've never had before, then I'd love to know what you would choose for me.
Oh, right. Okay. What would I choose? Possibly Bubbler. Bubbler is a really good C16 game. You're a bubble in a sink and you go around and avoid the baddies and get the bubbles. Really good game. Anything by Sean Southern, usually. All of Sean Southern's games are really, really good, really polished. You can't really, apart from the fact that Formula One Simulator and Speaking are essentially the same game. They're both really, really good. What else? Ooh. Trying to think. Have I done 50 C16 games? Did I? I did. There's
I think you did, yeah.
that car game where you're going along and it's really hard. I can't remember the name of it. It's really colourful. You go from right to left, unusually. It's a bit like Army Moves, and it's a bit like kind of like Army Moves, and you go along. But I can't remember the name of it. And of course, the Future 8-bit games available as well. They're all really good. There's quite a few good Future 8-bit games on the C16. It's a bit of a system where you need to there's a lot of dross there, a lot of Oh dear, don't I not like streaming? Ugh. Hello. Am I really enjoying myself? Am I really enjoying myself streaming? Is streaming the best thing ever? I've plugged the thing into the Mac into a different container, different hub. It worked when we did this last time. It worked fine. Nothing has changed, and I just streaming. Let's not do this again for another. I mean, it's lovely being here with you guys, but let's not do this again for another ever. No, it's fine. It's just it doesn't. If the Mac was over here and I could see what was going on, it'd be fine. But it drops off, and I'm on this tiny screen here, and it doesn't really work. And it's neutrinos causing bugs. Streaming is bringing the chutney feel back. Oh yes, it's just kind of like Does everyone else get pauses? Mac's a terrible stream. I had no better luck with it when I was doing it on the Windows 10 box. Don't ask me why. They're both. It's OBS. I just don't know. It's lockdown. We're happy to be here. I don't know if something's changed because I've got to run the cable across the room. If we use a different cable in a different hub onto the Mac or something. It's chutney, not chutney. Chuntney. Yeah, just long enough to forget what a pain. Last time we did this, it worked really, really well. I don't even have my phone on me, so again, if someone can tweet this out online, that would be good. ChinnyHill10@hotmail.com is the address to come and have fun with me, have a chat like Steve did just then, and everything's working, everything's fine. I will just check on Twitter, just check where we are. Which account am I in? Am I in ChinnyVision or ChinnyHill10? Who knows? If I undo that and then go live now. Live now. You see these people, these little boxes where they can punch things and stuff. But I mean, full-time streaming, it must be terribly wearing to keep on doing it. I don't know. But ChinnyHill10@hotmail.com anyway. Look, we've chased a whole load of people off. Is it Glenn Tomsat or Trish Bertram on announcer duty? It's just me, basically. It's just me here. So just long enough to forget how much of a pain it is. What else we got in the comments there? Yeah, it's just... So, it's... what day is it then? It's Saturday. And I've been working all day doing oh, hang on. Did we miss out a load of Steve's interview? I don't know. I was paying attention to Steve, not the screen there. I need an assistant. I need some kind of broadcast assistant on work experience who is coming here for the experience. Just might get paid one day. Just to sit here and press buttons for me. Saturday's Tiswas Day. I've been working all day and it's been horrible. Been editing my school video, which I'm having so much fun with that. And Mrs. Chinny is speaking to someone yesterday, an agency, and they said to her, "Oh, we're doing a school video, and we've never done one before, and it's the worst experience ever." And she said, "Yeah, you should speak to my husband. He's doing one as well, and it's so much fun. Pay them in exposure. We're going to pay everyone." Everyone we're going to pay in exposure. Lee Price, everyone getting a good signal? Mine keeps breaking up. I don't know, is everyone getting a good signal? Mrs. Chinny is on the Zoom inside. This should be fairly okay, because I've got quite a lot of upstream bandwidth here, because it's on 4G, so it generally is okay. Prod says it's fine. Pay them in shutter speed. Is the shutter speed really slow at the moment? I can't see on this. You can't adjust anything on this camera. That's the problem. Had a drink and turn the microphone down there so you couldn't hear me sipping away. So yes, ChinnyHill10 at hotmail.com. 25 frames a second. Yeah, I mean, this camera's not very good. I bought it in lockdown. It was the only one I could get. It's a Logitech thingy. I was going to try and show it to you, and then I realised I can't because, by definition, it's on the camera there, so you can't really see that, can you? And it's got a mirror and shine it. Can I see? Is that shiny enough? See there? Don't know. So yes, I tried to have a pay with exposure in the supermarket. Was told to get my clothes back on. The police would be called. It's the Brio. Is it the Brio that's 50 frames a second? I was looking at something for a client who wanted to do something, and I certainly wasn't going to recommend this rubbish. But it was. I got this for some reason or other. I can't remember. So after lockdown, Graham, did I get your email? Let's see if you have gone into. No, I have not got your email. Have you gone into junk? For some reason, Graham, you've gone into junk, even though you're on Hotmail as well. So I'm going to copy your. You were identified as junk. It's not junk. I'll send you an invite. So, Graham, I've sent you an invite. You should get that any second. And it'll all be lovely, and we'll hear each other, and it will all work perfectly fine. The Brio is a wooden train set, isn't it? No, no. It's also not a biscuit. And that was Trio. That was actually Trio. So Graham, you got your invite. So get your Chrome going and log in, and I will. When I look to my right next, hopefully you'll be there, ready to go. Unless I've gone into your junk, and it's all gone wrong. I don't know what hell Hotmail. I mean, I assume I'm like the last person left using Hotmail, and everyone else is using Microsoft something. But just because I've got a Hotmail account from years ago. So Graham, you got your invite, hopefully. And anyone else, it's ChinnyHill10 at hotmail.com. We could even try, I could do Skype, possibly. I want a trio and I want one now. Waiting for Graham to connect. Every telemain part, 20 years, I had a Philips CRT that could cope with 60 frames a second, no problem at all. And my Acorn CRT seems to be able to cope with 60 as well. If you plug in an ST and throw a crack game into 60 hertz, seems to be fine. Might not do any good, but it seems to be fine. Graham, you got my invite? Because I sent you one. I will try and send that again just in case. I'm sending it again. See if it's gone. He might be going out the room. He might be on the toilet. Who knows? So we will see. It's ChinnyHill10 at hotmail.com if you want to come and join the fun. Of course, you know, if people haven't got Chrome, then it's a problem. But if someone goes into, you went into the spam folder there. I don't know. I mean, they've messed around with Hotmail so much that it kind of, you go get your featured email and your other email and the other stuff, and it's like, I can't really work out what's what. Right. There we go. No, it's logged me up. Oh, I'm enjoying this. It's logged me out again. Back in. So, Graham, yeah, when you're there, log in. 120 frames a second. You don't need 120 frames a second. Who needs 120 frames a second? CPC hard driving runs at 1.5 frames a second. I'm not sure you need any more than that. Graham's checking his junk. I mean, Hotmail to Hotmail, so you think it would be secure but and happy, but obviously not. Because he's on a Hotmail as well. I've sent 2 invites. Chocolate biscuit and a toffee flavoured tool. Checking his junk. Is that hotmail.co.uk? Is it hotmail.co.uk? Because that's where I sent it to. Also, you've written it like some kind of spam thing. Would love to chat. That's what got you thrown in the junk. That's what got you thrown in the junk. Okay, I'm still looking. Are you sure it's not hotmail.com? Because you've got hotmail.co.uk, so I'm not sure that's right. But I have responded. Send me a Gmail. And we know Gmail works. It does work in Firefox. I'm not sure how reliable it is. I've still got a paid subscription for CleanFeed for work reasons. Had to buy one in August, and then we're doing something in December, so I've just kept it going. So I'll keep my account open. Check it doesn't go in the junk again or the other folders. Because I like touchscreen. Touchscreens are really good, right? Honestly. Right, I'll just wait and see what happens there. Anyone else? ChinnyHill10@hotmail.com. Yeah, would love to chat with you right now, live online. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, isn't it? It's kind of something looked at that and went, that's not right. I'm putting you straight into the junk file. What we got coming up on ChinnyVision, because I've been working quite hard on videos. We have coming up very soon. Oh, there's Graham. Right, let's just freeze that. We have coming up very soon. I've done 2 big videos at once. I have done RoboCop, and I have also done Ghostbusters 2. And there'll be videos coming up, probably on Patreon first, and then on the main channel. There is 5 games based on TV shows, which will be coming up very soon. There is Oriental Games, which is on Patreon this week, which I did ages ago, and there's Light Force, which I also did weeks ago, which is also hanging around. So, if I put my fader up, Graham should be there. Oh no, Graham's got no audio. I've got a big, there we go, right. Hello, Graham. Hello, Graham.
Oh, hello, Chinny. How you doing?
And I'm good. Oh, I'm hearing myself back.
It's all right. I've muted it. It's okay. You should be okay now.
That's okay. Brilliant. And so, how's your weekend going?
Very well. Much better speaking to you. I did the horrendous hard driving one. I knew it'd be an absolute nightmare to film. I'm not a YouTuber. I just thought I'd give it a go because it's funny more than anything.
It's a nice gap to have filled because I had a Lynx and then I kind of threw it away along with some games that may have been worth quite a lot of money at the time. But you know, it's one of the moving house at the time. I was told to get rid of stuff, and therefore I couldn't review it, and I'm not going to have a modern Lynx. So I'm really appreciative that we can add that to the canon.
No, thanks. And I was buying up all kinds of junk about 15 years ago on eBay, and because I could just see the value in things going up because people were still just chucking them out, and I managed to buy a massive job lot of Atari Lynx stuff. And I must say, ever since then, I've really enjoyed it. It's a really underrated hand console, and I think that's the biggest thing. It was a hand console. If it was on an actual big screen, you could probably appreciate it a lot more, but it's very difficult to film. It's very difficult to play. But so much fun. Some really great arcade classics on there that you don't really get ported very well on anything else. I do enjoy it, I must admit. The kids love it as well.
I can confess to you that the game that I had that I bought in Bournemouth. Let's try and guess which game I bought in Bournemouth in about 93, 94, something like that, which is now quite rare and I threw away. Let's guess which game I bought. Can you guess? Graham? Hello? My Graham's gone quiet, and the game I bought was Lemmings, which is very rare now. Very rare.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah. I was trying to get you to guess
No,
which
my
game.
phone locked. My phone locked. I heard you and I guessed Lemmings, but no one's going to believe that now, and that's very annoying.
I think everyone would believe it because it was actually knocking around all the shops, so you saw it everywhere, and of course no one was buying it because no one had Lynxes anymore apart from sad people like me, and it's now super rare and valuable. God, I just remember the day I threw it out. Oh, no, just no, all the stuff, yeah. So what games you got on your Lynx? Is your phone locked again? I think his phone... Oh, his mic's gone. I get a question mark next to his name. So perhaps he accepts... Hello, Graham.
Hi, yeah.
Reconnected.
That was you, I reckon.
Sorry.
That's all right. No, yeah, Lemmings was great. No, it's just a great console. But anyway, that was it, really. Just say hi.
What games are you playing on your Lynx?
Oh, well, I really enjoy... well, Ninja Gaiden is a quite good one on there. Stun Runner's always good fun, but very, very hard. I hate hard driving on everything. But when I was very young, well, not that young, I played on the Spectrum, and I must admit, I did manage to get around the stunt track once, and I did 2 loops of the normal speed track on the Spectrum ZX, and I felt that was a real achievement. So probably one of my gaming highlights.
The trick on the Z80 versions I learnt with my mate was to have one person doing the steering and one person doing the accelerating and braking. And if you did that, with 2 of you, you could go around all day long.
Yeah, and to abide by the speed limits and the signs that they programmed in. If you go too fast, then you don't get around. But as a 10-year-old, that's pretty tricky to tricky to do, you know. So, but no, that's it really.
Thanks for phoning in, Graham. Great to hear from you.
Nice to talk to you.
And cheers. And if anyone else wants to call in, ChinnyHill10@hotmail.com. If you've got headphones on, then I can reduce the echo, but I can't turn it all off. But great to hear from Graham. A great video he did for the competition. Appreciated that he sent it in. So it's ChinnyHill10@hotmail.com. Who else we got going on in the comments? Lemmings really is on everything, isn't it? Yes, it is. Ported to every conceivable system under the sun. The Amiga version remains the best. Nicky, I believe you. Steve, currently waiting for my Lynx to come back with a new Ben Ven screen fitted. Looking forward to it. Geigerpunk, as believable as Ask Gaffer. Cosmic Water, anyone recognise the name? What's the most prolific video game? Lemmings, Pac-Man, Doom, Space Invaders? Space Invaders and Tetris, almost certainly. Lee Price, Mum's Gauntlet, I still need therapy over it. Geigerpunk, Cosmic Wartoad, great cover, terrible game, I believe. I have it, but I'm not going around yet to trying it yet. And Cosmic Wartoad says, Geigerpunk, I played it on a homemade compilation. I didn't have a clue what I was meant to be doing. I've never played the game. I've never played that particular game. So, yes, just refresh the Hotmail there. Make sure nothing's coming in. ChinnyHill10@hotmail.com. Anything you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. Going to keep going for this for just a little bit longer because my voice, I don't think I've got the COVID. My voice is just feeling a bit scratchy. Solitaire, yes. Solitaire's on you've got a lot of those kind of card games. They're not really video games. Yeah. Load Runner ported to just about every system. Yes. Outrun. Not sure. It's on quite a lot of systems. But not everything. You're looking at more. I think you're looking at Space Invaders, Pac-Man, that kind of area. I have too many systems needing attention, says Geigerpunk. I want to spend my free time playing, not trying to fix stuff. Oh yes, my MSX Hitbit. my chip puller arrived today, so I need to pull the Zadati on that, spray it with the most expensive spray known to man, and then put it back in and see what happens. Outruns on about 20 systems. Double Dragon is on more than that, says Pete Prod. Yes, I mean, there's a lot of games on a lot of systems, isn't it? Even things like Clax, when I did that, how many was that? Like 9 systems, 10, something like that. And that's just Clax, nothing particularly special. Street Fighter 2 had a ton of ports too, yeah, but not on the Amstrad. Nothing on the Amstrad for Street Fighter 2, so I'm discounting it. Yeah, there's a lot of games that are on a lot of different systems. Geiger Punk, I fired up my VIC-20 recently. The picture is suddenly terrible. It's not really filming a bunch of stuff anyway. But, you know, is it the power supply being noisy? Power supply could be it. The VIC-20 picture is always terrible anyway. But there are a couple of little knobs inside that you can adjust the video timing, because I had to do that on mine just to make it a little bit better, although it's still rough as anything. But if you've got a VIC-20, and I'll say this again, get Pump Kit. Look, the mouse mat's here. I'll be reviewing it in a few weeks on ChinnyVision. It's a really good game. You need 16K. It's really good. I mean, properly good. You don't even get many instructions with it. You have to kind of work it out. But it's so good. I'm going to play a bit more of it this evening. Defender was a fair few. It's really fuzzy. Something failing inside the VIC. VIC chip need reseating. Future was 8-bits not in this evening, so I can't ask for advice there. I have the mug, didn't know there was a game. Oh yeah, that's why he's got the mug. That's why all this stuff exists. It's why all this stuff exists. Rod loves. He's mad for this stuff. He's always mad for doing his promotional merch. I mean, how he's pricing these at $4.99, I have no idea. Because he's getting them all printed and getting the gold cassettes and stuff, and was there a quid profit in doing one of those? Because you got your VAT, you got your everything. I know charges for postage as well, because you have to, because postage is so expensive. $4.99? That's cheap. That is really cheap. That's less than a budget game back in the day. If you double up, you really need it's more than double. If you double up $2.99 plus a bit, that's $7.50, something like that, with allowing for inflation for a $2.99 budget game, and he's knocking these out at $4.99. They cannot be. I know you got to be in his bonnet about wanting to do a price point game range. I know you get to be in his bonnet sometimes about stuff he wants to do. He just goes and does it. And that's why he's got this $4.99 range. But even these weren't that. I think this was £7, which is what I'd expect, really, for a budget game, knowing what the costs are, getting the cassettes duplicated and everything, printing costs and everything. About £7 seems reasonable. I think Balloonacy, again, was about that price. So it's kind of nuts that he's knocking these out for $4.99. So go and check out what games he's got. I think he does downloads as well, but you want the physical copies, don't you? Nikki of Nicky and Bunty fame says, I need to get investigating Nick VIC-20 stuff. Interesting console. A lot of... console. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Interesting computer. There's a lot of dross on there. A lot of stuff that's like meant to run in 3.5K and is absolute rubbish. But if you've got something like the penultimate cart with games preloaded on there, then you've already got the best selection of games available. And there's some... And once you start looking around and getting stuff like Pump Kit, then you start really seeing what the VIC is capable of, especially when it gets into the 16K memory expanded games. Because if you had a VIC-20 back in the day, you had to have a memory expansion of some sort. Even the games you saw in the newsagents would say requires memory expansion. Because you can't do anything when you've got 5K computer with 3.5K, 3. You can't do anything in that. So, it's quite challenging to get that kind of thing running. I'm just going to check the old Hotmail. Check no one's come in. ChinnyHill10@hotmail.com. Nothing has. So you can come in, speak your brains on the internet to a number of people. It's saying no concurrent viewers. Have I really got no concurrent viewers? I'm assuming that's a YouTube problem, because I think it's registering wrong there. I think it's registering wrong. Can everyone actually hear me and see me? Because YouTube is now telling me there's no viewers. None. 48 listed here. That's good. It's working for you, because it ain't working for me on the stream screen. It's saying there's no viewers. But we've had 464 playbacks. I don't know what the ratios are meant to be on these kind of things. I know what ChinnyVision kind of does. And when the other week when that was fun, getting, the algorithm likes you all of a sudden. So what would happen is after the video being online for 24 hours, suddenly you get this massive bump of people coming through the door to view videos, but they wouldn't view for very long. And YouTube goes, more people are picking your thing than usual, and then they start pushing it, and it all goes a bit mad, and the amount of people, how long people view for, goes through the floor, and all the idiots come into the comments, and it's all just gone went a bit mad. And then thankfully, probably because I put videos like sailing up, it kind of scared everyone off, and it's back to relative normal. Don't be who wants to be popular? It's Lee Price says 44. There's at least one watching that I know of, Proj, or a Mud Free or Far Car. I can't answer. Cosmic Auto says the BBC want people to have a license fee to watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, and YouTube now. There should also be a march on the BBC. Yeah. Custard Horror says the goldie's got gold pile over his shirt. So it's a bit weird because it all got very popular all of a sudden, which wasn't really kind of what I kind of expect. ChinnyHill10@hotmail.com if you want to come and join in the fun. Again, if anyone wants to come and join, I haven't even checked the Discord. Do I have Discord on this device? No, I don't. This is just my kind of I don't understand this Android tab. I'm slowly getting used to it. Like, why does it put all the stuff? I don't know. I'm putting it down there. Just message me, ChinnyHill10@hotmail.com if you want to come on. Bedroom to Billions and the docudrama Micromen. Yes, we've seen Micromen. Micromen is 10 years old. Was it last month or the month before? And it's rather good. It's a little bit of a simplified version of the story, especially around the things like how the collapse of Acorn and so on. It's a lot more complex than just them, there are a few little bugbears with it, but it's actually generally, as long as you can live with those things, it's generally very, very good. But it is more for dramatic. A lot of it in there is more for dramatic effect than the actual reality of it. Micromen is spectacular. Pointless is not presented by Sinclair. It's hilarious. I want to phone in by Headspat is knackered. What do you think of the Raspberry Pi 400? That's the Raspberry Pi in a keyboard, isn't it? And here's the ChinnyVision Raspberry Pi here. I would have bought one if it had been available at the time of 400, but it wasn't, so I got this. But this one isn't bad. How much time do I get to play with things like this now I do ChinnyVision? He says now he does ChinnyVision over the last 6 years. Answer, none. So that's just sitting down there. You popped into that pub. That pub's quite famous because there's stories about Tom Baker and the Doctor Who cast drinking in there during the recording of Sharda, the never completed, now completed but not completed at the time Doctor Who story. And that's where they met there's one point where Tom Baker's running around town and he comes across some students, and that's where the crew met the students and got them to be in the story. Scott got censored there, so I've uncensored Scott. And Michael Men can't be on DVD. I know that much. Something to do with how it was made on such a low budget that I think everyone needs paying again if they're going to put it on DVD. There was something on the Retro Hour about it with the creator, and he basically implied that they turned a blind eye to the fact it's available on YouTube because there's no hope in hell of it being released on DVD because of the costs of it. It was done on such a low budget that the people involved would need to be paid again, I think. So it can't be repeated, it can't be released unless a lot of money's paid out, which won't happen. So it's on pirate only, I'm afraid. Getting Sophie Wilson into cameo in the pub was nice. There's lots of cameos in it, and they're all very nice. I guess I did spot that one at the time and thought it was really cool. Cambridge Audio has some sort of link to Sinclair, both in Cambridge. I don't know, there's a lot of people who came out of those places like Sinclair and Acorn. I mean, there's Sinclair people who ended up at Amstrad developing things like the Amstrad PPC 512 that I've got down there that was Rick Dickinson and somebody else from Sinclair was involved with. Because there's suddenly all these people available, so they were just snapped up. So people like Amstrad or Dan Sugar would cherry pick who he wanted when Sinclair collapsed. Because remember, Amstrad only bought the rights to the Spectrum, or the computer range, apart from the portable, and didn't buy the company. Which is what Sir Clive Sinclair actually wanted. He wanted just Amstrad to buy the company. And Sugar wasn't stupid. Because you'd be buying all those nutty projects, all the debts and everything else. Just cherry pick what you want and get what you need out of it. The Cambridge University Computing Building is called Sinclair House. I did not know that. What's the worst thing I've ever received in the post? Asks Martin H. Apart from the pants. And remember, the thing about the pants, and people forget this, is I opened that package. I can't remember if it was a Twitter feed or on ChinnyVision 2, just to check everything was intact. And just check the machine would actually turn on when I plugged it in. So I opened that package up, completely discounted everything in there, including what I thought was some kind of T-shirt or something. Plugged the machine in, tested it. Right, that's okay, I can do a video on that. Put it back in the box, left it for 3 months, forgot all about it. Forgot there was a T-shirt, what I thought was a T-shirt in there. So I was surprised there was a T-shirt in there 3 months later, and then the T-shirt turned out to be a man's pants, which was out of Rice. He went to Amstrad. Yes, he did. He went to Amstrad, did the PPC 512, which I've got down there, and yeah, Rick Dickinson got involved. That's pretty much what happened. Went to Brentwood. He said the thing. Yeah, it's a man's pants. Oh, I can't express how surprised I was. I told them, Geigerpunk. Geigerpunk says, did I mention it to the seller? Yes, I did. And they got the comment removed from eBay. They complained about the comment and had it removed from eBay, which tells you all you need to know about eBay. I mean, the fact that I had documentary proof they'd posted me a pair of man's pants and they, had the comment removed and my rating taken off, which I thought was, a bit much, really. My dole sounds very Blakey-esque. I think my voice is going a bit this evening. It's very scratchy. I hope there's still some wine. When this Ryan one's out, the stream's going to run out. Look, these are available, right? I've got loads of them over there. Please buy some so I can move around my office, ChinnyVision.com. They're really good. Plug. No one's bought one for about a month. I swear I'm going to be lumbered with them. I mean, they're very popular. Everyone's buying them. I've got hardly any left. That's it. ChinnyVision pens, but not ChinnyVision pens, because that's my super rare one. ChinnyVision pens available. Here, the mosquito is flying around in the light. ChinnyVision pens still available, ChinnyVision.com. They're really good. They are really good, and I use them. And I like them so much, I had some made for work, not ChinnyVision pens, work-branded pens in purple. But they're the same ones, and give them to clients, and they go, oh, where'd you get those from? And I have to tell them, and they're really good. And although I've got Futurals 8-bit pens around here, these ones are better. There, I said it. Now he's got the ones with the nipples on the end, which I don't like, because you end up breaking them and rubbing them. Whereas this one's and these got a massive... I broke one of these. I sat on one of these. There's like a massive spring inside the middle there. A massive spring. I think, what is that spring doing? Is it to weight it down? Oh, I don't know. But if all else fails, with your ChinnyVision pen, once it's broken and run out, you can just kind of get a massive spring out the middle. Geigerpunk says my favourite eBay comment ever was Tommy Tulu. Oh, hang on. I'm going to get in close and read this. Geigerpunk says my favourite eBay comment ever was Tommy Two Toes. We went to school together. You trod on a landmine, remember? Never take your best pens to work and lend them out, says Cosmic War Toad. Well, I've got loads of... I've got twice as many ChinnyVision pens and work pens as I needed to, due to a mess up with the people who produced them, who, when my original ordered it, for some reason I ended up with double order, basically, of both lots of pens. And so I've got a lot more than I ever actually needed. I think it's just ballast. It probably could be. I mean, these pens do feel quite weighty, but it could be to do with click, because that's quite a substantial click there. You need to get 4 of us on high stools to recreate Game for a Laugh. Yes, we could do, but only the original era, not the Rusty Lee era. With who was on the Rusty Lee? Who stayed to the end on that? I don't know. Someone's messaging me on my phone. Oh, someone said Ghost of Matthew Corbett. He's still alive. I've addressed that on the stream. Heed Army 83. Anyway, it's probably extremely... I mean, let's face it, right? These are made in China and then etched. In fact, I wouldn't put it past the pen company to do the lot in China and then just kind of ship it over here and send it to me as if they've made it in this country. Because you know how it works, right? That's how it all works. That's where I got the ChinnyVision memory sticks from. All these suppliers in the UK selling these memory sticks. Suddenly I'm on AliExpress going, hang on a minute, these are exactly the same. But I haven't seen those on AliExpress. I have seen these on AliExpress, but these were made in the UK. I know that much, although they are Chinese. Wine. Right, Lee says no ChinnyVision calendar next year. Right, sit back, children. Gets comfortable. I have to be very careful with my IKEA chair because it's a fold-up chair, and I have trapped my fingers in it before. Because the idea was I'd put the chair away when I wasn't using it, but in actual fact it stays out all the time. It's actually very comfortable. It's metal. Anyway, right. The ChinnyVision calendar. We just kind of ran out of time and left it too late. It's been a weird old year. We came out of lockdown. I got really busy. Steve, who does all the design work and does the bulk of it, got really busy. And by the time people were asking, the fact was it was just far too late to do a proper job on it, because it's not a question of going to that UK calendar people, I can't remember what they're called, and getting digital prints and stuff and sending it off and turning it around. Firstly, you've got to design it all. Secondly, you've got to get it printed, which means it goes off to somewhere in, I think, Germany, because they're litho printed. And then it takes like 2-3 weeks to come back. And then we've got to get them out. And frankly, if we'd started when people were asking, they still wouldn't be out now. It's far too late to be doing it. And if you've got to be doing a proper job, and yeah, it was just too late. It wasn't factoring in, because so busy in August and September when it needed to be done. They just weren't thinking about that stuff. This isn't the kind of... Some of these people who do these books and the calendars, and they sell you a book and put a calendar in the pack as well and so on. That's their life. That's their business. They knock out this stuff all the time. ChinnyVision is just a kind of hobby sideline thing, and therefore it doesn't always feature on the top level of your priorities. And therefore something like the calendar, you're thinking, you're busy running around, busy doing stuff, and then by the time you suddenly really thought about it, it's all just too late and passed you by. So there might be one next year. I honestly don't know. I need to think about it. In July is when you need to start thinking about it, really. Plus, the fact is, everyone's got less money to spend at the moment as well. To be honest, I'm not sure I'd want to be laying down the money on it in the current economic circumstances. Because you've seen people drop out of Patreon at the moment. So people, it's always my economic circumstances change because they give you a reason why they left. They might say you're a smelly smeghead, which has happened, or you are doing this, which has happened, but usually it's my circumstances have changed. And that, you're seeing a lot of churn on there, and there's all this other kind of a kind of tsunami of retro stuff. And we're putting up these relatively high-priced calendars because they do cost quite a lot to do. And you've got to post them as well because they're A3. And it's, you've got to, you're printing 75, you've got to shift 50 of them. And do you really want to be doing that at the moment when people are really tight, let alone dispatching them? Because you've got to go to the post office. You've got to get them out in a timely manner. And that means 2-3 trips a week. Now, I can go to the village post office, that's fine because it's open. But it's still extra journeys out at a time when you really don't want to be doing it. So, yeah, I don't think 2021 calendar was really the time to be doing it. So, perhaps there'll be a 2022 one. I don't know, but it just doesn't. Nothing fitted this year. So, yeah. What we've got in the comments, the irony of running out of time for a calendar. Well, Geigerpump, the thing is, you've got to be thinking about it in July. You have to start thinking about it in July, collating the stuff, July, August, and then get the thing it's got to be wrapped in by mid-September. Really. Otherwise, you're not ahead of everyone else, and it's just too late. Just too late. What else is going on here? Health considerations, you get into the post office too. Yeah, that's completely true. I mean, the village post office isn't bad, and I was going down there during lockdown 1, posting ChinnyVision stuff, posting the mugs and stuff. So they're okay down there, but it's still an extra thing. Plus, the post is crap at the moment. Everything's been so late. Mrs. Chinny has a magazine that turns up late. I've had stuff posted that turns up late. If we get posted on a Saturday or not at the moment, seems to be hit and miss around here, to be honest. So I just don't know. Just use the 1993 calendar, same dates and all. Definitely first world problem not having a ChinnyVision calendar, says Graham. Yeah, I mean, that's it really. It's a nice thing to do. It's a nice thing to have. But really, in the grand scheme of things, it's real world comes first. Royal Mail owe you a DVD Cosmic War Toad. We never had a calendar go missing in the UK. I don't think. I had pens. A pack of pens went missing. We had one go missing to the USA, but the USA postal system is a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. We nearly had to send another one to the USA, but actually it just turned up. Another one turned up in the nick of time. But I'm told that postage out there is just a complete and utter disaster. Sent off to Australia. I mean, calendars are gone everywhere, apart from Russia. Then in Russia, gone to Finland, Japan, Australia, Canada, America, all over Europe. Not as many in France as you think, given the CPC following in there over there. But ChinnyVision doesn't do well in France either. Germany, that's where it's all about. I think the French tend to do their own thing because they're French. The UPS was disaster for Donald Trump. I haven't checked my emails for a little bit. Let me get online. ChinnyHill10@hotmail.com. I bet you Clean Feeds logged me out again, and Hotmail probably has. Well, this thing's supposed to have facial recognition, so it's supposed to log me in when it sees my face. Yeah, that don't work. ChinnyHill10@hotmail.com if you want to come online and talk to me on here and just kind of witter the night away. And what else we got going on here? Not to any female YouTube. We don't have any. ChinnyVision doesn't have many female viewers. It's Nicky and Bunty, and probably there's a couple of others, and that's it. But I'm sure YouTube look at some people and go, I'm counting you as a bloke. I don't know why, but the stats are like 99% blokes and then like 1% women, and then the ages as well as all. Basically, the ChinnyVision viewership is the same as the membership of Camera, the beer thing. I think it's all bearded, middle-aged blokes, according to YouTube. Yeah, people watch it on their partner's account. I know it's not the. I know the stats are weird and wrong, but that's just what I get told when I look at them. Yes, Nicky and Bunty's daughter is a massive ChinnyVision fan as well. Pete Podge is also a Camera member, and Ian Levine taking 2 phone calls at once is my favourite clip of him. Not there are many. Don't search for Ian Levine in Google with your safe search off, because there's another man called Ian Levine, and he certainly isn't the rather portly record producer. That's all I'm saying about that. Oh, don't log me out again. Don't log me out again. So, I've won skirts, mate. Yeah, you. The problem is, Pete, you actually do use those in your act, so it's fine. Blue Tinted Left Back says, can't believe they're profiling me that so inaccurately. Yeah, it's all, YouTube know who you are. Oh, you get paid for it. You do get paid for it. Someone's going on about a Crown Court episode where a man who dressed up like a lady was paying for things. It's a 1976 episode, so I'm looking forward to seeing it, because I'm currently in. Well, I was in 1974, and I've gone back to 1973 to see some episodes I haven't seen yet. But apparently, the episode's quite ahead of its time. But I don't even know that even if it's on the DVD sets. I don't know. But yeah, Crown Court, top stuff. Camera tick, middle-aged tick. Yes, Graham, that's just about it. Right, my voice is going. We seem to have dried up on the calls, and we've announced our winners. So Nicky and Bunty, please DM me. That's who won the competition, and we'll get your prize sorted out next week. Thank you to everyone who watched and joined in the fun. ChinnyVision is back on Thursday with, I don't know what we're going to be back with. No idea. I've not chosen which one it is. Might be the TV shows one, although we did a 5 last week, so I don't know. Anyway, thank you for end of show dance routine. I put more echo on. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. ChinnyVision and ChinnyVision 2. We've got the Discord, got the Twitter, got all the other stuff. Go watch Geigerpunk. Go watch Nicky and Bunty. Go and watch all the other people who do stuff. And yes, goodbye. And don't forget to turn off your TV set, because it might explode in the night and the fire brigade might have to be called. Thank you for watching, and I will see you very, very soon. Thursday night, in fact, or on Twitter or on Discord. Goodbye. Thanks.